While many remember the Great Depression of the 1930s and the 2008 financial crisis, history is filled with lesser-known economic downturns that profoundly impacted societies and reshaped economies. These forgotten crises provide valuable lessons for understanding the complexities of global markets and the importance of economic resilience. Here are 10 forgotten economic crises that have left a lasting mark on the world. 1. The Tulip Mania, 1637. Considered the first recorded financial bubble, the Dutch tulip mania saw the price of tulip bulbs skyrocket to absurd levels before collapsing almost overnight. At its peak, some tulip bulbs were valued higher than the average Dutch home. When the bubble burst, it left many investors bankrupt and highlighted the dangers of speculative trading. 2. The South Sea Bubble, 1720. The South Sea Company in Britain promised massive returns from trade with South America, leading to a stock-buying frenzy. However, the company's actual profits were minimal. When the bubble burst, it devastated investors, including prominent politicians and aristocrats, and prompted stricter financial regulations. 3. The Mississippi Bubble, 1720. Around the same time as the South Sea Bubble, France faced its own crisis with the Mississippi Company, which promised enormous wealth from trading in the Americas. When speculation outpaced reality, the bubble burst, causing financial panic and shaking public confidence in the French economy. 4. The Panic of 1837. Triggered by speculative lending and collapsing land values, the Panic of 1837 caused widespread bank failures and a severe economic depression in the United States. Unemployment soared, and it took nearly 7 years for the economy to recover, highlighting the dangers of unregulated banking practices. 5. The Long Depression, 1873–1896. Often overshadowed by the Great Depression, the Long Depression began with the collapse of the Vienna Stock Exchange in 1873. It triggered a chain reaction of bank failures and economic downturns across Europe and the United States, leading to widespread unemployment and a slowdown in industrial growth. 6. The Panic of 1893. One of the worst economic crises in U.S. history, the Panic of 1893 was caused by a collapse in railroad overbuilding and shaky banking practices. The crisis led to the failure of hundreds of banks and businesses, a severe depression, and widespread labor unrest, including the Pullman strike. 7. The German hyperinflation, 1921–1923. After World War I, Germany experienced catastrophic hyperinflation, with prices doubling every few days. The crisis wiped out the savings of millions and destabilized the economy, setting the stage for political upheaval and the rise of extremism in the country. 8. The Latin American debt crisis, 1980s. During the 1970s, many Latin American countries borrowed heavily from international lenders. By the 1980s, rising interest rates and falling commodity prices made it impossible for these nations to service their debts. The crisis led to severe austerity measures and widespread social unrest across the region. 9. The Asian financial crisis, 1997–1998. Sparked by the collapse of the Thai baht, the Asian financial crisis spread rapidly to other Southeast Asian economies. It led to sharp currency devaluations, bankruptcies, and a severe economic downturn. The crisis exposed vulnerabilities in the region's financial systems and reshaped global economic policies. 10. The Russian financial crisis, 1998. Plummeting oil prices and the collapsing ruble led to the Russian financial crisis. The government defaulted on its debt, causing widespread panic in financial markets. The crisis marked a turning point for Russia, forcing economic reforms and laying the groundwork for its future growth. These forgotten crises serve as stark reminders of the importance of sound economic policies, financial oversight, and the interconnectedness of global economies. Understanding these events helps us prepare for and mitigate future financial disasters.